And welcome to another Down the Rabbit Hole video. I'm doing a video response to Novabug and his Friday Foursome. Did one a while ago, didn't do the last one. I didn't find there was enough that I could contribute to that conversation, so didn't bother. But this one, I have 4 games in mind for the subject, which is games that have a 4th sequel, whether favorite or least favorite or whatever. Now, with my list, as I was thinking about it, I tried to throw in something old school. You know, I came up with things like Blasteroids, which is the 4th Asteroids type game, or Galaga 88, which was the 4th game in the Galaga/Galaxian series, but I didn't really have much to say about those. But the 4 games that I did come up with, 2 of them are really modern, so apologies for that. I got one that's from the 90s, you know, and then one game that was in the 90s and actually spread all the way to the modern generation of games. So let's start with that one, and that is Duke Nukem Forever. I wasn't a huge fan of Duke Nukem 3D as far as the single-player game was concerned, but my friends and I, played Duke Nukem 3D online with our dial-up modems, and played the living heck out of that game, and really enjoyed it. And when we heard in, I think it was 1997, they're doing Duke Nukem Forever, the 4th game, excellent! Everybody was really jonesed and excited. Here's some of the screenshots of the cover of that magazine. And inside that magazine were some very nice looking pictures of, you know, this is what the game is going to look like. Here's some of those. And we all sat there with bated breath thinking, great, let's play more Duke Nukem, because we really enjoyed it. We've got these new computers to play. Looking forward to it. Time passed, years went by, and it kind of languished. And then in, finally, 2010, I think it was announced, Duke Nukem Forever has finally been resurrected and is coming back. Here's some film clips, here's some images. And lo and behold, 2011, Duke Nukem Forever hit the shelves, and I was shocked when I saw that. I was like, I have been waiting 14, 15 years for this game. I'm buying it. It was like full retail price too, $70 or something like that. So I was just like, well, that's a lot of money, but given how long I've waited for this game, I'm going to play it, and I'm going to buy it. Now, I was going to hold it up to the camera, but I can't find my copy kicking around here. So regardless, Duke Nukem Forever is the final product that did come out in 2011. Is not a stellar game, and it got panned in a lot of reviews. And that's, I think, primarily because it was a game of its time. I mean, we had kind of passed that action hero Schwarzenegger ripoff type thing with the one-liners and the very basic rudimentary run-and-gun gameplay. So it didn't do all that great. A lot of people are like, oh, you should have just left it in limbo forever. I enjoyed it. I knew what I was getting into when I got the game, so very happy with the Duke Nukem Forever that finally came out. And yeah, that was to me very significant because I had waited so long and I thought that game was never coming out that when it finally did, bought it. Now the second game, I also don't have a copy kicking around. I may have sold this one because this was one where I didn't really enjoy the end product. I was a huge fan of the, you know, maybe I need to jazz this up. Hang on a second and we'll present this game properly. X-Wings! Yes, I love my X-Wings, as you know, anybody who's followed my channel. Now the X-Wing series that came out from LucasArts, that was great. Really loved that series. I wish it would come back. There was X-Wing to begin with, then TIE Fighter, which was absolutely phenomenal. Then you had X-Wing versus TIE Fighter, where they brought on multiplayer, it was alright. And then the 4th game in that series was called X-Wing Alliance, and when I first saw the trailers or the pictures in the magazines for that, I thought, wow, this is going to be everything I've ever wanted in an X-Wing game. It's got a lengthy single-player game where you're actually flying Millennium Falcon-esque freighters and also some ships that were made up. In fact, I'll insert some pictures here of both the game cover here and some of the ships that you fly here. Yeah, it was really, really excellent, the X-Wing Alliance. As far as the promotional materials and stuff, I just thought, yep, that's going to do me. I will never need another X-Wing game again, which is kind of significant because until the GameCube, there weren't any other X-Wing games. But what I thought was interesting about it was, after I got the game, I don't know, you would have thought, okay, you're flying around, you're hooking up to docking stations, you're going through or asteroid fields, you're doing escort missions, and you're fighting for both the rebels at various stages. It's got everything that I want in an X-Wing game, but honestly, I found something was lacking, and this kind of touches to something Inflected Flinch said in his recent History Pete's story, where, well, what do you expect? I mean, what do you want them to give you? This is everything you were asking for, but it's not really what you wanted or something? I don't know. I looked at the X-Wing Alliance game, I played it all the way through, and I thought, yeah, that was fun. I flew X-Wings, and I flew freighters, and I went in the Star Wars universe, and I flight a ship. But I'm kind of done. I don't know. However, that was the fourth game, X-Wing Alliance. I liked it, but it really surprised me that I found it kind of limited. Anyway, it's very strange. So, let's get on to my next Friday foursome. Assassin's Creed. Yep, I'm a big Assassin's Creed fan. Love the series from the start. I'm not actually talking about Assassin's Creed 4 here, though, you'd be surprised to hear. I know everybody dislikes the fact there have been a million Assassin's Creed every year, and admittedly, I lost interest in the series very early on. Loved the very first game, but then Assassin's Creed 2 came out, and I was like, I don't really care for Ezio, the main character. I don't care for the setting. And then it went and got like Game of the Year, and it was highly, highly beloved. And I just thought, oh man, this is not doing it for me. I'm out of the Assassin's Creed thing. I really like the first one. I know it had its problems, but no, I'm not getting on board with this Ezio guy. Luckily, they're changing the assassins, so it's a different time period. Obviously, when the third game comes out, it'll be something different, and maybe I'll like it again. And then they had Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, and I'm like, oh no, are we sticking with Ezio the whole time? I don't like this guy. Fine, well, that's me out. Sorry, I'm not on board the Assassin's Creed series anymore. I kind of liked it, and then I was out. But then, the fourth game in the series came out. Not Assassin's Creed 4, the fourth game came out, and I do have it still. Assassin's Creed Revelations. What really appealed to me about this, it's kind of a black and white cover here because it's a signature edition with some DLC on it. What I really liked about Assassin's Creed Revelations is, I don't know if you can make it out there, but they brought Altair back. That had me interested because I really like Altair. He's actually surprisingly my favorite of all the assassins, and I'm going to do a video about that someday. But yeah, not only is Altair back for a select number of missions, but Ezio's not his, 20-year-old Lothario, Jersey Shore kind of personality. He's older. He's like, I think, 50 in the storyline. Still climbing those walls. Boy, I hope I can when I'm 50. Anyway, Ezio has kind of calmed down a bit, and so I didn't mind him so much in Revelations. I found I could put up with Ezio quite nicely, and I was looking forward to playing Altair. Unfortunately, and I'm going to talk about this when I do my Altair video, I didn't like the changes they made to Altair. They had a different voice actor. It wasn't Nolan North doing his rather bland performance that he did from the first game. It was some other guy. I didn't like where the story went in it too much, but Assassin's Creed Revelations brought me back into the series. And then after this was Assassin's Creed 3, which is what this hoodie is, which I loved, and did a little tour of Boston in this hoodie, so that was a lot of fun. So yes, back on board with Assassin's Creed 3. Have yet to play 4. I'm currently playing Syndicate because I got a PS4. Loving that game. I should talk about that sometime. But anyway, back to Assassin's Creed Revelations. This game brought me back to the series, and I'm very, very glad that it did. My final Friday foursome game has a similar kind of story to this. Well, yeah, let me just try to explain this one properly for you. And my final game in my list for the Friday Foursome, Street Fighter 4. Now, this is technically Super Street Fighter 4, and it could be argued or debated that Street Fighter 4 is not really the fourth in the series. There have been Alpha and Omegas and a million other types, but let's just, for argument's sake, let's say this is the fourth game of the Street Fighter series. Everybody loves this. I mean, yeah, there's number 5 coming, and a lot of people are excited, a lot of people are not. This one has really cracked the code for a lot of folks of what they want in their Street Fighter game. Unfortunately for me, I have one big beef with Street Fighter 4. I do play it, and I like it, but I'm looking forward to 5 for this exact reason. And I have to explain this properly. There's a reason I'm sitting so low, and that is this. Yeah, I always play as Chun-Li, and Chun-Li in Street Fighter 4 and in Super Street Fighter 4 and in Street Fighter Cross Tekken, she's got man hands. I'm not on board. I don't like the art style that they went. Now, I got no problem with the fact that with Street Fighter 4 and all those other games, the characters took on a much more exaggerated appearance. I mean, Ryu and Ken are almost like the Hulk. They got these giant feet and big meat hook claw hands and stuff. And that's fine, you know, whatever. That's the style that they went for. And with Chun-Li, I have no problem with the size of her thighs. That's always been her calling card. They are pretty large in Street Fighter 4, but I'm okay with that. What I do have a problem with are the man hands. And to best exemplify this, look at this picture. Yeah, man hands. And it's not just the giant hands that she's got. It's also like, whenever she's wearing her chi power, her original outfit, something in the way the animation worked or whatever, it looked like she's got these burly shoulders, these big, like a football player. And I was just like, no, that's not the Chun-Li that I played. What the heck? I mean, and there have been recent examples of Street Fighter games, like there's Marvel vs. Capcom, there's Tatsunoko vs. Capcom. Chun-Li is presented in the proper sort of aspect that I'm used to from her from over all these years of playing these games. With Street Fighter 4, they just went monstrous with her, and I was not on board. And I reluctantly got this and played it, and I do like it, but I don't like what they did with Chun-Li in that game. And I'm very pleased that in Street Fighter 5, they've put her back to non-man hands, and she's a little more the normal Chun-Li art style that I like. So, yes, that is my fourth game. I like it with a big qualifier. I don't like what they did with Chun-Li, and she's the only character I play, so not happy. But there's a light at the end of the tunnel with Street Fighter 5. Anyway, those are my submissions for the Friday Foursome for Novabug. I'll upload this now, and yeah, until next time, we'll see you down the rabbit hole.